So I welcome you back once again. Let's continue from where we stop. Now, like I said, this is the layer button. So the layer button means, if you want to paint this any picture down, don't want it to be movable anymore, you just lock it. You see, I only click on this. If I should go back now, I won't be able to move it, unlike before. Let me unlock it. Can you see it? That's the first thing. And we use it to merge it, although we use it to off it. Can you see it's off? If I should press the I button again, it's on. Likewise, also you can delete, you can edit means copies or move. So now this is another thing we'll do. You can see this line, this mark here, tick, and that thick and X buffing. We use it to merge it together. You click on it, any item, any icon, any text you want to merge together, you want them to be moved, want any action you're going to perform to it reflect on the two, you just have to merge it together. This is how we merge. You click on anything you want to merge together. For instance, the pictures and the circle, I want to merge them together. You click on this. After clicking on them, you now come across this page. You see this thing, then click on it. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to merge the selected objects? Click OK. So once you click, because we are still going to, you see it. So that is that on the. And also this, just you want to use something, you go from your gallery or to save stuff like that. So I want to tell us, okay, now we are done with this first, second, and we are moving on to this third. This is just objects. You want to use sticker like the one I showed the other time. I'm not using it. So you want to import anything just like the one I showed previously. Can you see it? Then let's delete it. Draw, you don't use draw. Then you need any object. These are the objects. Once you click on the object, this is the circle, this is the love button, this is the level of opacity, this is the outline. So outline, opacity, opacity, outline. So that is that. And then you can see it just like the other one, just like the same function with text. So I will show us something here. And when we get to the work, this is just 3D. I've already explained that. So that is that. Now we've already known this. This is object button. Object. This is text button. Text, objects, and this is the BG background. This is background. From here now, level of these are background. I've taken it to the transparency. Then I can use color. Can you see it? Can you see it? So let me just do something that will reduce. So now, and also we can make use of gradients. You see, that's the existing gradient, the default gradient that comes with it. So can you see that? So let me go with the first one. That's gradient. This is the size. You want to custom where you are working on, you can just custom it. If I should edit this one now, 1000 by 1000, let's say 1200 by 1200, you will see the size is going to change. The level is going to change. You can custom it. We have YouTube too now. Can you see it? So if I don't want it, I'll go back here. So then image, that's just the background. So anything we are doing here, we are doing it background. And you can take background from your gallery. You can just take background from your gallery. So this is just a ratio, but I always go with 1.1. Can you see it? So that is that. And you can do camera. Now this is just normal settings, saturation, contrast, stuff like that. These are the contrast. I want to saturate it. Can you see the level of saturation? You want to change the color. Still the same object, but you're changing the color. Contrast, level of contrast. Can you see it? So brightness, you see the level of brightness. Then strive is going to give you another thing entirely. Can you see the strive? And then you see now, that's just it. So those are the first thing we need to know. And the next video I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you the secret of this, which people don't know, this rotation. I'm going to tell you every damn thing most people will want to design. Probably you are designing for a tailor. Yes, a tailor. You are designing for a barber. There are some things you do. Background. Let me go to the BG. Let me go to color. I'll take gradients and I'll go back to my level of operation. So I'll start afresh and show you guys what you don't know. So now there are some things you need to know. The next video will tell us how to get objects and how to get fonts. Thank you very much. But before we go, let me just show us font, the last font I'm having on my fonts, and see how it's going to show. So now I'll click OK, edit. I'm going to fonts. This is the fonts. So you can see this font. We have fonts here, and my fonts. These are my fonts, the one I downloaded. You can see it. You can see this is a big fat somehow last. So I'm going to make use of two fonts. I'm going to download two fonts now and see how it's going to affect. So let me quickly show you how to get object and how to get down the fonts. Thank you once again, my people.